Hello, Sophia.
Hi, I'm here.
Yes, you can hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for joining us this evening. Obviously, we're building up, first of all, to the Paddy Power meeting in 10 days' time. Across the 3 days. Tell us about it in terms of the crowds expected and how many sort of meetings, how many are on the race cards over the 3 days.
Yeah, no, we're gearing up for, as you said, the open meeting next weekend. It's very much a meeting, I think, that you know, racegoers and racing fans kind of consider as a bit of a mini festival. With the 3 days and the huge crowds that we get around 70,000 people over 3 days. So it's very much the third biggest race meeting outside of the festival and the Aintree Grand National. So it's a big one, and there's looking like some really great racing coming up.
Absolutely. I was looking at the restaurants. I'm hoping to sort of eat at the Gold Cup restaurant. That's sold out. There's a number of facilities there sold out already. Where can people go in the restaurants over the 3 days? Is there still availability in some areas?
There's still availability. We've got a new restaurant this year called the Champions Walk restaurant, which is situated kind of against our new horse walk, because obviously the horse walk has moved as part of the Grandstand redevelopment we're doing, and there's some availability in that every day. But basically, bar that on Paddy Power Gold Cup Day on the Saturday, we are sold out. So, you know, the hospitality sales have been really strong, and it's a pattern we've seen all year. You know, the festival, they were strong. The opening meeting we had 3 weeks ago, we'd sold out pretty much on everything as well. So it's great that, you know, there's so much interest in people who want to come and eat and, you know, enjoy a day, you know, as a hospitality client. And, you know, it's great. It's great that, you know, there's that much interest in people who want to spend the money, whether it's, you know, the lower price bracket of the Gold Cup restaurant, which is a really affordable way of coming racing but also having a bit of lunch, or the higher end of the market.
And you must be delighted that the showcase meeting next year has been moved away from Champions Weekend, so that's obviously a great thing for Cheltenham as well. In terms of a magazine that you have next week, you've got the Open magazine, I do believe, and where can we racegoers pick up one of those? Yeah,
so the Open magazine is something we've been doing for years now, and we do one in time for the festival as well. So anyone who booked tickets to come to the Open or is an annual member will get in the post a copy of this year's Open magazine, which we're sending out tomorrow, so it should be with people at the beginning of next week. The lead story in it is an interview actually with Sam and Paul Nichols and Sam Tristan-Davies, which is really interesting, them talking about, you know, the new relationship that they're building, and Sam riding all the ditch horses. But we've got loads of other interesting features in there, one on Balthazar King, who's obviously scheduled to be running in the cross-country race, and one on the Tizzards as well.
And talking about the construction side and the building side, you've got the new Grandstand, which is 5.5 stories high. How far has that gone? And are we still geared up for the Barman Terrace for New Year's Day, the paddock Barman Terrace?
Yeah, no, everything's running really on schedule, actually. It's been quite a busy summer, and those people who didn't come to the showcase will be quite surprised as to how much the areas around the paddock have changed. The areas at the top of the racecourse around the centre and the current Grandstand, they haven't changed at all. We've given them a lick of paint over the summer as we would normally, but it's when you move down to the paddock that you can really notice where the development's having an impact. And the showcase went really smoothly. It was always going to be the tightest part of the whole project was this summer, so we're delighted to have got through that stage, and the feedback from the showcase was great. You know, the new bar that we opened, the Sea and Then bar, was you know, everyone said it was fab, and they really enjoyed it. And I think there's a real interest in kind of what other bits and bobs are going to be opening. We've got a new bar opening at the Open on the first day, which is going to be called Cavegas, obviously after the mayor that won 6 festival restaurants. So we announced that today, and I'm hoping to get Willie and Ruby to come and open it, and everyone can come and have a drink.
And am I right in saying that the wine room and the new horse walk is back in use?
Yeah, they had to be back in use, obviously, in time for the first racing, and they had to be, you know, up and running, and the BHA had to be happy with them, and that all went really smoothly. The weighing room looks quite different. It's actually the same building, but it's had an extension put on. It's had solar panels put on the roof. It's been reclad, so a lot of people actually think it's a new building. It's not, but it looks completely different, and it's had a lick of paint inside, and we've played around to make the areas where the jockeys are based a bit bigger. And the horse walk's also moved because it's had to kind of go further down the course to fit in the new grandstand. And it's got a bridge over the top of it now, which will eventually join onto the new grandstand. But it's really impactful when people walk in and they see this new bridge and how everything is changing, as well as obviously, the steelwork of a new 5.5-storey grandstand.
And looking forward to December, we might as well while we're here. Am I right in saying the prize money there is around about £500,000?
Yeah, no, December's prize money, obviously the racing in the December meeting is so strong, and you've got that international hurdle where you always get, a good few champion hurdle prospects turning up, and there's a cross-country race on the Friday, and it's really strong, and just because it's 2 days, it doesn't mean that the quality is any different to what's been offered at the Open next week.
OK, Sophia, thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic Open, and I'm sure on the race days there, it'll be packed out like it should be. Thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.